I'm Assemblyman Dick Gottfried. I represent, if you know New York City neighborhoods, Chelsea and Hell's Kitchen in Manhattan. All right, Manhattan's in the house. And I chair the Health Committee in the New York State Assembly. And for many, many years, I have been carrying the bill to create a single-payer system in New York called the New York Health Act. And I guess what I'm here to talk about is, very quickly, how we have gotten it passed in New York. And let me stress, before you get too excited, it passed the Assembly, which is the House of the Legislature, in which we have a 2/3 Democratic majority. It has not, you can applaud that, yeah. It has not passed the New York State Senate, where we have kind of split control, which is a longer story, but basically the Republicans are in charge and have been for almost all my adult life. Well, for more than my adult life. But we're making headway in the state Senate, and if and when we change some personnel there, we can get it passed there as well. So first, why does it matter to get a state single-payer bill passed? Well, I think it's going to take a while to get this or almost anything done in Washington, but almost all the good things that happen legislatively in this country start to happen in the states, whether you're talking about the 40-hour work week or child labor laws or civil rights laws or marriage or a whole slew of other things. So I believe that getting single-payer legislation done in states is really important. A couple of things that were critical. Things that were really critical to getting the bill passed. By the way, the first year that it was introduced in 1992, and you can tell we don't have term limits in New York, I put the bill in 1992, and within a matter of a couple of months, it passed the Assembly. It passed the Assembly because those were the days when Harris Wofford was getting elected to the U.S. Senate in Pennsylvania, and a lot of people were excited about universal health coverage, so the bill passed. I suspect some of my colleagues just knew that it had something to do with health coverage. It took another 23 years for it to get to the floor and pass again, because just the whole lobbying effort just never came together. Finally, when the Affordable Care Act passed, it started to become even more clear to folks that while the Affordable Care Act has done some good things, it did not take us out of the hands of insurance companies. And a lot of people in the labor movement, a lot of healthcare advocates, all saw we still need to do something really different and really better. And one of the main things we did was turn to the labor movement for support. Now, there are unions that were on board with single payer even before I was, and well, one in particular, the New York State Nurses Association. And I do see a fair number of bright red t-shirts. The New York State Nurses Association actually played a key role in selling me on the idea of single payer. But we moved from there to Local 1199, to the other locals of the Service Employees International Union, retail wholesale department store unions, a whole slew of major unions in New York, and I'm probably leaving some out, got on board, contributed substantial amounts of cash to the campaign to support the bill. So we were able to hire organizers around the state. One of the most important things we did was we commissioned, with some of that labor money, a very detailed economic analysis of the bill done by Jerry Friedman from the University of Massachusetts, who you may have heard trashed back and forth by some of the Clinton opponents of Medicare for All. But we've looked at the trashing of Jerry Friedman, and it's all bunk. And None of it holds water. None of it cites real statistics. Jerry Friedman's numbers are real and hold up. And thanks to his economic analysis, we were able to say to people, not that, oh, this is going to save a lot of money, because, you know, when I say it's going to save a lot of money, people say, yeah, we know. But when you've got somebody who enables you to say it's going to net save $45 billion a year in New York, people sit up and take notice. That labor support and Jerry Friedman's study and a lot of other advocacy groups coming forward and saying, okay, we've done the Obamacare thing, now we'll go on to the next stage. Our Working Families Party in New York, Citizen Action, a bunch of other groups, all got involved. We got the bill to the floor of the Assembly. We took a lot of time going retail, member to member, getting more and more Assembly members signed up as co-sponsors of the bill. It got to the floor and it passed by a margin of about 2-1. Last year, again this year, we're continuing to work to move forward. We're going to make this one of those issues that is not something where everyone says, oh, great idea, but it could never happen, because you could get rich with $1 for everybody who says that. But a whole lot of people are now saying, yeah, maybe we could do this. And when people say that, it's almost inevitable. Thank you.